All right, more than a dozen games under their belt. The Florida Panthers have wrapped up their second long road trip of the season. The team is spending more than a week here in South Florida now. I want to go back to my conversation with Jordan McPherson of the Miami Herald, discussing some of the surprises he's seen early on. Any other players that, you know, we're expecting to really jump off here soon, or somebody that, you know, really needs to up their game?
Yeah, no, I've been a big fan of what Mackie Samoskich has done so far this year. He's in his second full year after playing basically every game last season as a rookie. Ended up sitting out the playoffs just because the style of game and the physicality really got to him, but he's really made an impact so far this season. 7 assists on the season, 9 points. He's getting run on the top power play, alternating between the top power play and the second power play. But his speed down the ice, he has an incredible shot, an incredible left-handed shot. He just seems to be finding the right holes to make plays, and he's not trying to overdo it. And the fact that the Panthers have had so many injuries, he's had to basically play in a bunch of different roles. He played on a line with Sam Bennett, and now he's with Sam Bennett and Jesper Boquist. He's played on a line where Evan Rodriguez was the center. He's played basically all 4 lines during his Florida career to this point, and he knows what's expected of him depending on where they slot him. And he's really showing his versatility now, and that's something that was something he needed to work on and really take a step up going into this offseason, and he's really stepped up there. And then defensively, I'm gonna give a shout out to the new kid, Donovan Sabrango. The Panthers claimed him off waivers from Ottawa early in the season. It took him about a week and a half before he could actually join the team because of a visa issue. And then once he stepped into the lineup against the Stars earlier, about just before this road trip, he sort of settled down that third defensive pair with Jeff Petrie.
It is a milestone that may never be reached again in the NHL as we begin to go around the league, the entire hockey world pausing last week, recognizing greatness, a true icon of the sport. Against the St. Louis Blues, Washington Capitals captain Alex Ovechkin scored his 900th NHL goal. In his 21st NHL season, Ovechkin became the first player in league history to reach that 900 goal mark. Last season, you'll remember he passed a great one, Wayne Gretzky, scoring his 895th goal against the New York Islanders April 6th. Now, he stands alone at 900. Gretzky previously held the record, 894, so if you're looking for the next active player on that all-time goal list, Penguins captain Sid the Kid, Sidney Crosby, currently 16th with 636 goals. Nashville center Steven Stamkos behind him with 584. And speaking of goals, a major milestone for Stars forward Mikko Rantanen, netting his 300th and 301st career goals last week against the Oilers. He becomes only the 4th Finnish player to reach that milestone. Perfect transition to our next topic. Last week we touched on what will be the first Winter Classic played in Florida. That's this coming January when the Panthers and New York Rangers meet at Lone Depot Park in Miami. A month later, Tampa and Boston play at Raymond James Stadium for the NHL Stadium Series. We now know more about the games next season that will be played outside of NHL arenas. The league announced last week AT&T Stadium, home of the Dallas Cowboys, will be the host of the 2027 Stadium Series on February 20th. That'll be the first time an NHL game will be played at Jerry World. As of today, we're still awaiting word on who the Dallas Stars will play in that game. Well, it's a tradition of the Florida Panthers honoring heroes among us. This week, it's special. The team held the first of 2 military appreciation nights to honor those who have served our country. A big salute. Last season, I had the pleasure of meeting a couple of World War II veterans, bonding over their service as well as their love for the game of hockey. Richard Rossi, Sidney Edson, and Alfred Haworth are all 101 years young, each of which call South Florida home. All 3 men were honored as heroes among us during Panthers games just last year. Now, just weeks before the Thanksgiving holiday, the Florida Panthers, in partnership with Amazon, volunteered to provide lunch to 80 veterans at the West Palm Beach VA Hospital.
I'm a Marine Corps veteran. This means the world to me, to come in here and to give back to those that came before me and to show support, to show the respect that, you know, we have as American citizens to give back to those veterans.
We all say that for you people to come in and give us all these, you know, and speak and give us these mementos, it's very nice. It helps us.
The Florida Panthers have a year-long relationship with the West Palm Beach VA. Stay tuned for our stories as I continue to listen to veterans honored by the club. Well, it is a mask with a mission. Sergei Bobrovsky, check it out, debuting his Hockey Fights Cancer mask during practice this month. The Florida Panthers posting these pics to social media. Hockey Fights Cancer, it's a year-round campaign dedicated to those battling the disease and raising awareness to help find a cure. It was back in October the Panthers hosted Pink at the Rink Night, helping fundraise for Panthers on the Prowl campaign created by General Manager Bill Zito and his wife Julie. Julie is a breast cancer survivor. The Panthers holding their Hockey Fights Cancer Night against the Tampa Bay Lightning.
Oh, Marchand stick handles, and he scores a beauty!
The best thing I saw this week, the play of Brad Marchand. Since he's returned from a leave of absence, he's tallied goals in 5 straight games. Check out this beauty of a backhander against the Golden Knights last Monday. We also remember that memorable goal against the Dallas Stars November 1st, pointing to the sky. Remember, he also netted the eventual game winner in the shootout. In games against the Ducks, Kings, and Sharks, number 63 got on the score sheet. Following the game against San Jose, hear from the man himself about how he continues to build chemistry with his teammates.
I just think it's a product of playing with really good players. I mean, you saw last year that Lucy and Lendy and I have really good chemistry, and just kind of carried that into this year. I think we're, like you said, consistent in the way that we play game to game. We don't really change it up and play pretty direct, so we try to get pucks in net and good things happen.
Hey, something to keep in mind here. Marchand is inching closer to the 1,000-point mark. This fan showing his Marchand love as well. Thank you, J.M. Fritz from Boca Raton. Love the custom jersey, pal. Remember, we want to see your excitement at Panthers games. Keep sending them in to me, and we'll keep showing them here on Panthers 360. We'll be right back.